saying something, keep it on a 100. Always saying something, it's a lot of nothing, it's a lot of nothing. Everyone around me thinks I'm up and coming.
Hey everybody, it's Mr. Queen here to talk to you about email etiquette. So too many times I receive emails with no subject line, with misspelled words in the subject line, with the entire email in the subject line, or I receive an email that looks more like a text message than an email. Luckily, I'm a pretty forgiving guy, but many employers are not so forgiving. You want to be taken seriously by the person that you're emailing. And the difference between being taken seriously or just being written off as a clueless kid is tiny. And I want to help you stand out when you're writing emails in a positive way. And I think it comes down to what I call the 4 S's: the subject, the salutation, the sentences, and the signature. So let's start with the subject. You don't want to be too general. This is an overview of what you're talking about, yes, but if you're emailing me, yes, I'm the college advisor, don't just put college in the subject. Put SAT or ACT question, question about the Common App, question about UNCG, question about a deadline. Make it a little bit more specific because chances are if you're emailing me, I know you're talking about college. Also, you want to capitalize and spell correctly. This is the first impression. This is the title. It's the first thing the person sees, so you don't want to blow it right off the bat. Next, let's move into the salutation. What that means is you're addressing the person you're emailing, and you want to do it respectfully and correctly. This sets the tone for a professional message. You always want to do this. You'll be respected if you show someone respect. So the way you do this is the way you would start any letter. Dear Mr. Queen. Hi, Mr. Queen. Good afternoon, Mr. Queen. Any of those are great examples. You just want to appropriately address the person that you're emailing. Next, move into the sentences. And when you're writing the sentences, you want to actually write in complete, full sentences every time. This isn't a text message, this is an email. Start by introducing yourself usually. Hi, my name is Andrea. I'm a 12th grade student who's considering community college. I have a few questions. Then, after you introduce yourself quickly, get to what you're asking for. Do you have a question? Do you want to meet with that person? Do you want some feedback on an assignment from a teacher? Do you have a question about an upcoming interview? A good email doesn't take more than 2 quick paragraphs. No one has time to read a book. I know I don't. If you need to say more, just try to schedule a meeting with the person. That's a completely appropriate thing to do, and you can get a lot more information when you're speaking to someone in a live setting. And then the last thing I'll talk about is the signature. You want to do this in every single email. And in Gmail and many other platforms, you can make this automatic and it's super easy to put together. So here we are in my browser at my Gmail account. You go over here to where it says settings, see all settings, scroll down to where you see signature. Click create new. You can title it whatever you want. I would just put your name. And then right here on the side is where you actually put your signature. You're a student, so I would recommend doing this. Matt Queen, that's my name. Class of, we'll say I'm a senior, 2021. And where do I go to school? Moorhead High School. And then you want to click right here, default, right? And on replies. Save changes. And the cool thing is I never have to think about that again because when I go over here and click compose, my signature pops up immediately. So I never have to worry about that again. Now I'm going to give you a chance to tell me what's wrong with a couple of emails that I often receive. So here's a fake one. Go ahead and read this email, pause the video, and write down all the things that you think are wrong based on what I've said with this email. The first thing I notice is there's no subject in it. When you don't put a subject in, it just shows up as no subject, and that just looks bad. So please always put a subject. Also, we don't have there's a citation, but it's not capitalized at all. My name isn't capitalized. There's no period at the end. Actually, in this case, there should be a question mark. There's no signature. Okay, here's another one. Go ahead and take a minute to read it, pause the video, and write down what you think could be improved about this. Okay, so this one's better for sure. There definitely is a subject. However, I would go ahead and capitalize the subject, capitalize question, capitalize college. You have a great citation. Hi, Mr. Queen. And then it says, I have a question for you. So that's number one. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your question is. Go ahead and ask it if you have a question. And there's no signature. So I want a little bit more than this if you're writing a professional email to anyone. Again, this reads more like a text message than a professional email. Okay, go ahead and check this one out. Pause the video and write down some things that you think could be improved. Okay, so the things I'm noticing are we have capitalization in the subject, we have a citation, we have full sentences, an ask, an introduction, and a signature. This email is fine. You can feel free to reach out to me with any college-related questions. I hope this was helpful. Just remember to include a subject in your email. Have a good one.
Everyone around me thinks I'm up and coming. How they really coming? I'ma keep it going. I don't